Hi, I am working on a kind of multimedia, very exciting project for me that I've been thinking about for a long time. It's all to do with the death of Queen Anne, and I want it to be a book which is coming out next year. I finished writing it, a novel, and a play. I want that to go on next year, and I want someone to see that and decide to make it into a film, and I want to really be involved in making the film. And so that's all enormously exciting, and it's involved a lot of moving from being a writer of non-fiction to being a writer of fiction who's also a collaborator, working with performers and working with designers of books and publishers and lots of things. It's enormously exciting because I'm collaborating. It's also very fearful for me to talk about this now because it hasn't happened yet. And it seems to me amazing that we know that Henry VIII had 6 wives, but we don't tend to know that Queen Anne lost 17 children. That in itself is an amazing story. But what I think is really exciting is what was supposed to happen after she died. She had no children to inherit from her. Was she supposed to give the throne after all to her younger Catholic brother, or should she have been succeeded by a cousin, a German Protestant, who she hated because he'd turned her down in marriage when they were young? So neither of the options were good for her. Who was she going to be succeeded by? And my story is all right at the end of her life. What's going to happen? And everyone around her is thinking, God, do we go for the German one, or do we go for the French one? Are we all meant to be Catholics? Are we all meant to be Protestants? So it's a kind of a moment in time, a bit like everyone's ever experienced, when the new boss comes in. Who are you supposed to be? What are you supposed to be like? I want it all to happen next year, 2014, because that is the 300th anniversary of this big moment in British history. A lot of things that happened then are still relevant. So Prince William was not allowed to marry a Catholic because of the laws that were put into place then. So the dysfunction of one family at that time had huge political consequences. But I'm really interested in it, not because I'm trying to justify it because it's political and it's about now. It's actually just a really raw human story, and it's 300 years next year, so I want everything to happen then. We all know Charles Dickens' books have got the moment when, like when Oliver says, please sir, can I have some more? I want to have that, not as an illustration, but as a photograph of some performer friend of mine enacting the moments that are really crucial in the book. So the next thing for me is to organise a date when I can get these performers together and a brilliant photographer and turn those into illustrations for the book and work with the designer on how to make the book the best possible book.